Hey, what's going on, fellow currency lovers? Let's jump right into another bill search video. So just going through some pocket money over the last week or so, just a mix of bills. I haven't really, I don't really put these in order or anything, so we might have to flop some around. Some are more beat up than others, but let's get right to it with this 2009 Series $1 note. So a little bit older series note. We usually see like 2017 series notes, 2013. Ones have the largest print run out of denominations because they're used more predominantly than other denominations of Federal Reserve notes. This one's really beat up. I don't see anything jumping out in the serial number as far as like a pattern or fancy serial number. And I don't see anything print-wise with errors or overprints or misprints on the front of the note. I'll kind of touch on the things that I'm looking for more in detail in the beginning of the video, and then as we go through the notes, you'll kind of know what to look for. So we'll go a little quicker. Series 2017 $1 note. It's missing some ink and stuff from circulation. All these bills are circulated, of course. They're from my pocket money. And nothing really crazy jumping out. Little bit of an over ink on that too, but super, super small. So not going to really call home about that. Good repetition of zeros and sixes, but not enough of a pattern for me to call it a fancy serial number. That's what, if you search online, you can see a lot of different versions of fancy serial numbers, pattern notes in the serial number. You can go to VarietyErrors.com. You can go to CoinNews.net or org. They have some really good stuff on it as well. My Currency Collection's a great website as well. Another repetitious note. If we would have just had 4s, 7s, and 0s, that would have been a trinary fancy serial number, and I would have probably held on to that. We can see kind of a lack of ink in comparison between this serial number being printed a little more, or a little heavier than this one. But it's not an error, anything like that. Just something to keep an eye out for is kind of misprints or a lack of ink. So it's kind of folded and beat up. 2009 series, so another kind of earlier series note comparatively to the ones we see normally. And nothing in the serial number. A little bit of a stray ink below that serial number, but it looks to be not a shade of ink that is used in the normal printing of notes. So I'd have to discern that it probably came post-production. A little writing on the wall. What is this? I love me some stamp notes. Let's see if we can get up close and personal there. Look at that. What is that? Stray ink maybe? Or do you think it's just a stamp? Let me know in the comments below. It looks like a little frog or a little fly or something. I know banks do a lot of stamps on notes, but look at that. I'm trying to get it to really focus super close here. It's probably like the best we're going to get. But let me know what you think of that. That's really neat. I really like that. I'm going to set that aside, but let's look at the back first. And I'll stop holding the note around. I'm not the steadiest of hands, so I don't want you to be like, what the hell? I have to sit here and try to fight to see this guy's note he's talking about because he keeps shaking it around. Another kind of neat serial number, but nothing crazy. I mean, if we looked at every trinary or quad number note or stuff like that, then you'd really just collect every note that you come across. But in this case, it's not enough of a pattern for me to hold on to. Back of the note. Yeah, Lincoln Memorial is really cool if you're ever, well, one, in the States, and then two, in D.C. and want to check it out. It's a really neat monument. And they keep really good care of the architecture around the area, so it is kind of neat, albeit those monuments are not necessarily, as old as some around the world, of course, but neither is America, really. A couple more. This is probably the best condition $1 note in this search so far, 2017 series. The only difference in $1 notes we're going to come across is the signatures at the bottom of the note between different series, so changes in the Treasurer and the Secretary of Treasury. A lot of ink transfer on this note, wet ink transfer. It's from right after the bill gets made. The bill that sat below this one just transferred a lot of the wet ink from it over to this one because they kind of stack them pretty quickly. And close to a broken ladder. If two of those 4s were a 5... Yeah, never mind. You're probably like, what the heck? Nah, it would have been a better broken ladder, but we at first I was like, oh, we only need a 5 and like a 1, but in essence we need a lot of different digits. But broken ladders are usually, well, a ladder would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever, and then a broken ladder is the same digits, just mixed up in the serial number. It's a lesser fancy serial number. Most people are going to just want to pay for ladder notes. Nice little over-ink on the 3rd digit from the left. But this is a 2013 series. If you watch any of my videos, I haven't bored you out of watching them. Super common to see an over-ink on that 3rd digit, in this case, the 9. Back of the note. I like to keep look at the seals, where it says Annuit Septis, Novus Ordo Seclorum, and then the eagle holding the different kind of depictions of the number 13 with the arrows, the leaves, the shield. There's so much fine detail in these portions of the note. Sometimes you'll get blurs. I have a couple videos where we've come across those live, so check those out if you're interested in what I'm talking about as far as errors on that part of the note. Nothing on the front of this guy. Really clean. This one takes the cake for the most decent shape note so far. This little thumbprint looking thing below the 1 is actually just a wet ink transfer or press through of Washington's coat from the front. So it's not like some funky ink smear or something. Well, I guess it kind of is, but not collectible, really. Another decent looking note. Nothing in the serial number. Nothing out of ordinary. I like to look to see if there's shifts in the seals for the Federal Reserve and the Treasury seal. Pretty much on any denomination of U.S. currency. It's less common, but sometimes you will get, heavy shifts. Another $5 note. I like the redesign post the early 2000s for the 5. It's really, like the graphics of it. And nothing really there. Getting down there, last couple notes. Nothing crazy. I thought we had bookends, the same numbers on either end of the serial number, but no dice. Little bit high on the margins, but printed still pretty decent. We found a note, well, quite a few videos back now, but where it sat almost off of the paper entirely. Hey, a nice little star note. I love me some star notes. I usually come across $1 banknotes that are star notes, but in this case, a $20 Federal Reserve note. Decent shape too, not all folded and beat up. No fancy serial number. Decent condition on the reverse side of the note as well, but I'm going to hold on to it. I like me some replacement notes with the star on the end of the serial number. Last but not least, another $5 note. A couple repetitious digits in the serial number, but no pattern. Nothing really jumping out. And nothing on the back, really. So what are we holding on to? A couple of dubs. Nice star note on the top there. I don't have to explain too much on that. It's a replacement note. Something happened to its counterpart during the production process. They got rid of the note and they replaced it. So they annotate that by dropping the letter on the end of the note and replacing it with a star. I just like them. Typically, I hold on to ones that have fancy serial numbers for a bit longer. The rest of them I put back into circulation. And then I think the more interesting find is this weird little fly, frog, whatever he is. This little stamp thing. Let me know what you think he is. Let's take another look at him real quick. Let me know what you think that is. It looks like a bank stamp to me, some weird bank stamp. But let me know in the comments below what you think it is, or if you just think I'm crazy and I'm seeing things. Either way, thank you so much for coming to the channel, checking out the video. Hopefully you like going through your money just like I do and finding some rare currency and error coins and bills. Let me know what you've come across in your searches lately in the comments below. I will see you there, and I will see you in the next video.